Hello and welcome to UC Today. My name is Kristian McCann and today I'm joined by Avi Pardo, co-founder and CBO at LeapXpert to discuss the silent data crisis. Avi, thanks for joining me today.
Hey Christian, thanks you for having me.
So, what is the silent data crisis and how does it manifest?
Okay, so basically there are trends in the market as always. What we've been seeing in the recent years is a change in behavior. Users across the globe in organizations are changing the way that they interact with their peers and especially with clients outside of their organization. In the past, if the common ways of communicating with external parties were around phone calls, emails, and in recent years, meetings such as Zoom and Slack. In recent years, behavior changed, and people started to use also a lot of messaging. We all like to use messaging because it's very convenient. You can multitask, you can speak with 10 people at the same time. Uh, and this trend evolved heavily by using social messaging platforms such as WhatsApp and iMessage and Telegram and Signal and many, many others. Recent studies shows us that about 7 hours of a week employees are using messaging applications, second to meetings, and actually later on comes emails and phone conversation. It just shows how big messaging is evolving right now. And this is where the data crisis is starting to take effect. Because in many cases, all of these interactions between employees of companies and external parties being done over messaging is being done out of the corporate walls using personal accounts, personal messaging applications. And this translates to this data loss of I'm a company and I don't have an understanding or a reach to this data that exists in my organization.
Okay, so a lot of data going on these messaging apps, but why are companies not collecting these communication data from these data points like WhatsApp or iMessage?
Yeah. So it starts with understanding that this situation exists. You'll be surprised, but many organizations are not being aware that their employees are using such applications. In many cases, they are even surprised. Um, and once they're starting to realize that there is an issue here, many of them are struggling to understand how you can deal with that. And in recent years, they are starting to be aware that there are some solutions out there in the market that are starting to address this evolving crisis of data loss or opportunities. You can look at it also as an opportunity to grab such data. So all in all, it's a process of one, realizing that you have an issue. Second is to spend some time to understand how you can deal with that, and third is implementing capabilities around it.
Okay, right, but so there's some challenges regarding integration, but what do companies lose by not integrating all these data points into their data structure?
Yeah, so now that we understood that messaging is a big part of the way that an organization interacts, especially with the external world, you can start imagining, okay, your sales reps are interacting with clients, your lawyers are interacting with their peers. You have a lot of data that you are missing. Your deals, your revenues, your reputation, your risks. It's all there. Okay, by not having this data, you are exposed to risks and opportunities. You need to look at it from both sides. Yeah.
Okay. Um, Maybe you could walk us through a scenario in which a company has not had access to this data and it might have resulted in a missed opportunity, like a missed sell or a missed upsell, for instance.
Well, there are plenty of that of such cases, but just let's take a typical scenario. Yeah, you have an organization, you have like a top-notch sales rep. Okay, let's call him Mark. Okay, uh, he's dealing with clients. He's selling some high-value products, but in reality, these days, clients don't really like to be called. They don't like to be emailed. They like to move fast. And they're asking Mark, I'm available on iMessage on WhatsApp. Let's talk over there. So Mark, the sales rep, is interacting with multiple clients. As we said, chatting is something that you do as a multitask. So plenty of clients, closing deals, promising capabilities, agreeing on terms, and mainly holding the customer database. This is all being done on Mark's private phone with his private account. Mark got a great offer from the competitor of that company, moved to the next company, and he carries all of this data with him. It's like, just imagine that an employee just takes the CRM system and just moves it to a new organization. So Mark left with the customer database, left with his contacts, left with all of this valuable data because it's on his personal device. Continues to run business on the other side, but the company that he used to work for is now totally blind. They don't know were the clients. They don't know what was recently discussed with them. In many cases, they don't even have the contacts at all. It doesn't exist in the CRM. That's a very typical scenario.
Wow, so there's a lot that can be lost by not turning this data into governable data. So why doesn't everyone just try to turn this data into governable data? What are the challenges?
It goes back to what we discussed a few minutes ago. One, they need to be aware that some of them are caught by surprise that, for example, once Mark left, they realize, oh, we don't know who are the customers and even their contacts. So in many cases, they get into a situation that, like, it's a eureka moment for them, that they need to do something here. And second is that kind of understanding that what solutions are in place and how do you deal with it. So what we are seeing is evolution of a market. Like, people are starting to realize and implementing and moving on. And we do find ourselves dealing with a lot of these types of emergency cases. We have a lot of opportunities that people are reaching to us, like once they realize that there is like a burning situation. Okay, so and from that point they are starting to implement such things. And the next thing that they see is like, what will be the use case? How do I generate adoption? In some cases, they tried things and it didn't work for them. In the past, there were attempts to solve such issues by implementing dedicated applications. Like, okay, now you need to use a new application in order to interact. It didn't really work. And what we were able to do is to build a solution which is quite frictionless from both sides. Clients, they use their own WhatsApps and widgets and Telegram and Signals, so they don't need to change anything. And from the enterprise side of things, we were also able to come with an approach that's also frictionless over there, because we know how to integrate to an existing properties of the organization. So, for example, if an organization is already on Microsoft Teams, so we plug ourselves into Microsoft Teams. We sit in the middle, but then you're getting an experience that a company employee can use Microsoft Teams, Their clients can use WhatsApp or Telegram or Signal, and they can all interact, and it's all being managed, governed. Data is being stored in CRM or archiving systems and so on. We do Slack, and we will do others as well. So all in all, first step is to understand that there is an issue. Second step is to understand what technologies exist in order to resolve such issues. And third is to find solutions which are, you don't need to do a lot of change management in order to implement them, which will translate into a good adoption of such services.
Okay, fantastic. What insights now become possible when you're adapting all this information? I know we understand what is lost by, for instance, when someone leaves, but what new insights can a company experience by, for instance, in integrating LeapXpert solutions so that they're breaking down these data silos and kind of allowing this bigger pool of data to be collected?
Exactly. So this is where the magic is starting to happen. Okay. So we spoke about issues and problems and risk, but there's also a great opportunity around it. Just imagine that now you have a capability to own the data of all of the conversations between your reps and the external world. It immediately clicks into AI. Oh, what can I do with AI? You can do a lot. And this is another layer that we started to offer last year. Insights, based answers, what works for rep A and what doesn't work for rep B. Problem resolutions, helping with problem resolution, providing a lot of BI capabilities to management of organization, injecting data into the CRM system. It's a gold mine.
Well, gold mine, investments, people are putting a lot of money into AI. I know you touched on briefly how this can help, but just give an example what all this additional information now being brought in can really do to help you maximize your investment on AI within your other platforms that you already got, and now you're getting this information through too.
Yeah, so as we all know, AI is as good as the data as you feed them. And with capabilities that we bring to the table, we bring another data source which is extremely valuable, as we discussed. All the messaging conversations that exist between your organization and your clients in many cases. And it can be bundled into your ticketing system, your email system, and many, many other things, but it's another chunk of high quality data that we bring to the table. By unblocking messaging data, we bring a lot of insights, smarter decision processes, powerful automation capabilities. And all in all, we are just helping the reps of your organization to be superheroes, enabling them with extra capabilities to be smarter, to take fast decisions, to respond in an accurate way, to do fact checking before they provide answers, and helping them even to play within the regulation authorities that they may need to play.
Well, Avi, it's been fantastic to talk to you, to learn all about the silent data crisis. I'm sure our listeners would agree. Thank you for joining us today.
Kristian, thank you very much.
Right, and thank you to the audience for watching. If you've enjoyed this, please don't forget to like and comment and even subscribe so you can stay up to date with all our latest videos. Until next time, see you then.